Thank you for having me. Today, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is that one time of year where people want to have a quintessential experience. They want to walk through your front door and be absolutely wowed by your table that's set with all that stuff that you don't use the rest of the year, like your grandmother's bone china and your Waterford crystal and your sterling silver. But it's also a time where people wear their best finery and they're on their best behavior, but mostly they rejoice in the opportunity to reflect on the bounty of their lives and to give thanks. And a day like this that comes just once a year deserves a grand stage. And so today I'm going to give you some ideas about things that you can do to make the day memorable. And you also might want to heed the advice of famous entertainment guru. Her name is Jean Lawley, and she says there is absolutely no such thing as an effortless entertainer. She said, you show me one, I'll show you a ninny. It's all in the planning. So let's talk about planning. And the first thing, right, is the menu. And you can start this a full month ahead and just have fun with it. Google recipes, and once you decide what you want to cook, print them and put them in a binder. And you might want to make 2 binders, because if you have someone that's going to help you in the kitchen, that way you won't be fighting over it. So now you've got your menu planned, and it's a full week before Thanksgiving. So what should you be doing? Shopping. Get ahead of the rush. Get out there, get everything that you need except for those last-minute perishables. And the cooking won't actually begin until 3 days before Thanksgiving, and not really even in earnest until about 2 days before. And the idea is you want to do everything that you can do that's not time sensitive. That some things just can't be done until the day before, or actually the day of. But you want to get everything else out of the way. And it's also a great day to clean your house. So now it's the day before Thanksgiving, and you're back at the store, you're picking up your fresh turkey and those perishables that you couldn't get originally, and you come home, set your table, put out your place cards, brine your turkey, look around. What can you do that you don't have to do tomorrow? Because the next morning, you're going to wake up bright and early, and for that entire day, you are going to follow a very, very strict schedule that you've mapped out and put in your binder. And for me, that looks like getting up at 6 o'clock and making 6 pies, because I know they have to be out of the oven by noon, because that's when the turkey has to go in. And then I can breathe and do other things, like find the warming trays and decide what dish will go with what utensil, and ice down all the cocktails and the drinks and do the flower arranging. But I also make sure to make time for myself in the late afternoon, and that usually involves a long bath and probably a cocktail with it, which, by the way, is probably very well deserved, because you're going to be pretty tired at this point. But then the meal is ready and your guests have arrived. So offer them a wonderful harvest cocktail, and the lighting is inviting and the music is low, and then the meal is ready and people take their places. And now is the time maybe for some ceremony. Perhaps you've asked each of your guests to come with some kind of special Thanksgiving memory that they can share. Or maybe it's your tradition to talk about departed loved ones. But it's also your time to bask in the glory of what you have produced, and to just sit back and relax and let that evening unfold just the way it's going to unfold. Because creating a memorable Thanksgiving requires a lot of planning. And that whole idea of effortless entertaining just doesn't exist. But if you can start early and create a script that you can follow, you will be able to make a wonderful event for your family that's sumptuous and beautifully executed. And then the next day, when you put your feet up, get your book back out and think about everything that went really well, but also think about maybe some things that you might want to change for next year. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for having me. I hope your Thanksgiving is wonderful. Good night.